Hi, I'm Tim from Burn 1000. Today we're going to talk about thoracic mobility. So that is the ability of our spine to actually concave in the upper back region. So a lot of people have trouble where their shoulders round forward like this. We want them to come as far back as we possibly can. The tools we're going to use today are our regular foam roller and our Posture Pro. So what we're going to do to begin with is lay on our back with the Posture Pro at the base of our neck. So the thoracic spine goes from the base of your neck down to about your bottom rib. So what we're going to try and do is roll back like this until we get to our bottom rib. I actually just got a couple of cracks while we did that, and then we're going to try and come forward, take the pressure off. Now you can see when I go back, my goal is to try and keep my elbows back, my bum on the floor, and the back of my shoulders on the floor. So as I come back like this, I just roll back and the roller is going down my spine. The common mistake people make with their foam rolling is that they let their poor posture dictate how they're going to do their foam rolling. So by that I mean they'll start in this position, and then as they go, they'll kind of curve into a ball like this, which only perpetuates the rounded spine that we're trying to alleviate. So what we want to do is allow ourselves to concave over the roller. I always tell people, imagine a snake that's going over a stick. It doesn't hit the stick and then go up in the air like this, kind of just goes over like so. We allow our spine to mold around the foam roller. I'll demonstrate with this one now as well. You can use a regular foam roller too. This Posture Pro is good because our spine goes straight down the line here in the middle, but a regular foam roller will more than do the trick. Same thing. Now some people also might find that they want to tuck their shirt into the back of their pants, as sometimes the foam roller can get caught up in your shirt. So I'm just going to do that now. Now from here, we'll come into another exercise now, which is holding on a particular spot. So I found this spot here as I'm a little bit tight. So what I'm going to do, head on the floor, arms back, shoulders down as low as I can. And my goal now is to try and get my arms as far back as I possibly can. Taking a big deep breath here, build up your ribs. Breathe out and try and get those arms, and particularly the elbows, as low to the floor as we possibly can. There's no point just getting your hands to the floor. We could just do that and that wouldn't really achieve anything. We want to try and get those arms back as possibly can, and just kind of find a particular vertebrae which might be a bit tight and kind of wedge back and forward. It can take a couple of times, but you might even get that last final crack, which gives you a little bit more momentum there. Next thing we want to do for thoracic mobility is mobilize the muscles that are pulling us into a tight position. So for most people, that is the lats underneath here, the chest, and the front of the shoulder. So we'll start with the lats. We can use our foam roller for this also. What we want to do is start with it underneath here. Now I'll warn people in advance, this one can be quite painful. So we're going to start here, just like all of our other foam roller exercises. We're going to use our body for leverage, and we're just going to go back and forward, back and forward. Once we've found a spot that's particularly painful, for most people it's that gristly section just in your armpit here, we're going to use the foam roller to create leverage and try and get a little bit further, trying to get our arm further back behind our head. Drop your shoulder down. Try and get your arm back as far as you possibly can each time. In terms of stretching our lats without the foam roller, or rather, in fact, we'll stick with the foam roller. In terms of doing our chest, it's actually quite difficult to get foam roller on the chest. The only thing we can really do is put this kind of on an angle, and on the front here, trying to get up around the insertions for where the chest goes into the arm. It's not ultra effective, to be honest. I prefer regular stretching exercises on the chest and shoulders. I'll show you some of them now. Okay, in terms of stretching our chest and upper muscles here that are putting our shoulders forward, the main issue is, as I just said, the shoulders tend to go into internal rotation, which means our arms go in like this and our shoulders look like this, and no one wants to look like this. We want to try and get as far back as we possibly can. So the muscles that we're going to focus on stretching on today are the lats, the chest, and the front of the shoulder. So we'll start with the lats first. What we want to try and do, we can use A box is quite good. You could use a bed, a table, or if you're at the gym, there's probably a stretching cage you can grab hold of. What we want to do from here, I'll probably use this arm, which is a bit closer. Loosen up and try and get your chest as low as you possibly can. Allow gravity to do the work here and just kind of bounce back and forward and trying to get your chest or as low to the ground as you possibly can. Our second one is to loosen up the actual chest. So really, really common. You can do this up against a door frame or a wall. I've chosen just a box here. What we're going to try and do is pin the elbow in, push the shoulder back into the socket so we're not forward like this. We're open, chest up tall, like so, and we're trying to get the center of our chest as far away from our arm as we possibly can. The chest muscles go from here out to there. So we're trying to pull this over there while our arm stays locked into place. Once again, we can close and open, and try and get a little bit further each time. Final one is for the actual front of the shoulders. What can work here quite well is just pulling them down like so. If you have something to grab hold of, that works even better, but just pinning the shoulders back, holding your arms down as low as you can. This is a good one you can do anytime during the day while you're at your desk, or if you just want to try and get those arms back, it'll take some of the pressure off those shoulders that are rounded in like so.